බොහොම ගෞරවයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා. අද වැඩසටහනේ දෙබසක් තියෙන්නේ යාළුවෝ දෙන්නෙක් එකතු වෙලා කරන කතා බහක්. එක යාළුවෙක් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහනවා අනිත් යාළුවා ඒකට උත්තර දෙනවා. ගොඩාරයකට අහන ප්‍රශ්නෙට තනි වාක්‍යයෙන් නෙමෙයි උත්තර දෙන්නේ. ටිකක් වාක්‍ය කීපයක් එකතු කළ විස්තරාත්මක උත්තර දීමක් තමයි වෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා මේ වීඩියෝ එක වැදගත් වෙයි. වීඩියෝත් එක දිගටම රැඳිලා ඉන්න කියලා මතක් කරනවා. All right, Mr. Prabhat, here is your first question. You can answer the question very easily, but you cannot answer the question with only one sentence. You have to use a couple of sentences to describe what I am asking, okay? First of all, Mr. Chamara, my friend, uh, I should pay my gratitude for having me to talk with you. You know, I'm improving English little by little because of your help. Obviously, I am doing a big part by myself, and I am getting a little support from you. Obviously, not a little support, but a big support. Yes, today also I'm much ready to give answers to your questions. Okay, here we go. How do you go to work? How do you go to work? How do you go to work? All right, your first question is, Mr. Chalmers, how do you go to work? That means, how do I go to work? You want more sentences, no? You want more than one sentence. All right, that is very interesting. That will definitely help. That will definitely help me to improve my spoken English as well. By the way, the first question is, how do I go to work? You know, Mr. Chamber, my friend, I'm working in a town, so I have to travel a long distance. And at the same time, I'm a very poor man and I'm trying very hard to earn my bread. So the one and only way I can commute to my working place is to use, Mr. Chalmer, public transportation. There are buses, trains, but at the time, both buses and the trains are too crowded because of the cheapness of the ticket. I prefer uh, to use train, but unfortunately, trains don't reach my destination. If I travel by train, I have to use again a bus. So it's Pradhan Chamre. So it takes a lot of time and money at the same time. So yes, basically I go to work by bus and it cost me uh yes, up and down 200 rupees for a day. That's it. අන්න ඒ වගේ විස්තරාත්මක උත්තරයක් තමයි යෝන. දෙවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ. My second question is, what do you do to improve your spoken English? What do you do to improve your spoken English? Okay. Yeah, pretty nice question. What do you do to improve your spoken English? That means my spoken English. What do I do? What do I do to improve my spoken English? Uh, Obviously, Chamara, I have put a lot of weight on learning spoken English. There are so many reasons. Uh, Obviously, I forgot the question. I'm thinking, what's the question? All right, all right. What do I do to improve my spoken English? That's the question, all right? Spoken English has become so important in everybody's life, and I'm also including, and me also, and I don't know what's the grade. I also including, I'm in that box. Okay. I do mistakes, I know. I'm in that box. So from the very early morning until I go to sleep, I try my best. I do whatever I can. Basically, I have a smarter phone than you and than anyone. I imported it from Korea, by the way. Back to question. First of all, I listen a lot. I used to listen a lot of audiobooks, and I play the audiobook on YouTube and just listen. While I'm listening, I'm doing my work. For example, when I am at work, helping my wife, and sometimes doing some gardening, I plug my headphone on and I continuously try to listen to audiobooks. Then I go to the bookstore and buy the English newspaper and bring it home very proudly, and yeah, and try to read. But the first thing I want to give an impression to other people that I am a person who reads English newspapers. I think that's a thing to be proud. And at the same time, I go for my friends and we get together, like you, Mr. Charmer. Uh, we gather together and conduct conversations in English. Sometimes they don't like to speak in English, but I try my best Mm, to persuade them, yeah, to persuade them to speak English in that way. And at the same time, I try to write essays. So my creative think, I think so. My creative thinking will also improve if I write some essays. But never I finish any essay. I I only write on the halfway, and that's how I try to improve my spoken English. Chamra, is it good? ඒකත් කලින් වගේම තමයි. නියමයි. Your third question is, how do you feel when you talk to various kinds of people? How do you feel when you talk to various kinds of people? Wow, what a lovely question. I love it a lot. How do you feel when you talk to various people in the society? How do I feel? You're asking the question from me, obviously. How do I feel when I talk to various people? Obviously, when I am at home, I don't like to speak with my family members. It's a kind of a speech which is really boring. My wife is always asking, why don't you try harder to build a big house and buy a vehicle and look at your smartphone? I told you it's not a good one. And look at your clothes, and you don't have any amount of money in your bank account. So what do you do? Don't you strive harder? That kind of conversations I don't like. But whenever I meet my friends, and it's a party time, and I would like to talk with them lots of stories, past incidents, and some gossips as well. So when I am talking with them, I feel really enjoyable and relaxing. I forget all the problems in my mind. That's why I really enjoy talking to my friends. At the same time, I would like to talk with my relatives because I want to show my greatness and my knowledge with my speech. So I read good books to grab knowledge, common senses, to talk with them, especially to talk with them. In that way, I think I can absorb, absorb. I can absorb a great personality. And I think that I can influence them, that I am a leader and I am ahead of them, Charmer, And that way, I would like to talk with them as well, and obviously with girls. When I am talking with girls, I feel really live. So I don't have any specific topic, but looking at girls and talking with them nonsense things, it's really interesting. It's the most interesting thing, talking to someone which is girls. Chamra, am I doing good? අන්න එහෙම තමයි හොඳට ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරනවා කියන්නේ හොඳට කතා කරනවා කියන්නේ ඔක හොඳ කතාවක්. Right. Your next question is, how do you get useful information regarding English? How do you get useful information regarding English? Oh, I see. Your next question is, how do you get useful information regarding English? That means you're asking the question from me. How do I get useful information regarding English? Yes, I do it as a habit. Surfing surfing internet. I do engage with Facebook and obviously much time on YouTube. So, and at the same time, internet as well. Chalmer, this question is really difficult for me because I don't have any senses. I don't have any idea to speak, but I try. I I try to watch live videos when I try to search, the word is search. I try to search the live videos for spoken English, and I try to find magazines, weekly magazines regarding English, and I also ask my friends, are there any good English courses on YouTube or on Facebook? And that's how, not why, that's how I find useful information on what on English. I know Jammer, I manage a little bit to speak, but I know I didn't do it well. But obviously, I think it's a reasonable speech. Interesting. Your next question. How do you want to have your breakfast? How do you want to have your breakfast? The most interesting question. How do you want to have your breakfast? That means you're asking from me, how do I want to have my breakfast? Simply, like a king. But at my home, I'm not provided my breakfast early in the morning, but I hope most of the time, I get bread and dal curry because it's so easy for my wife to make because bread is in the shop and dal curry is in the kitchen. So with the combination, it's so easy. but I prefer to have rice and curry for my breakfast, including as curries, a chicken curry or a fish curry, a dal curry, and some mellums and some papadums. No problem. No problem. Mm, wait, Shamra. No problem, as it is a breakfast. Papadang is also good. And then um, after having the breakfast, some kind of desserts, ice cream or salads or what lapang, and after finishing all of them, a hot milk. Oh, wonderful, wonderful morning diet, Chamra. Really nice. And the next question: what do you think about the book that I gave you yesterday? What do you think about the book that I gave you yesterday? Ah, you remember that you are asking about the book. What do you think about the book that you gave me? What do I think? Okay, what do I think about the book that you gave me yesterday? Oh, that's a big book containing lots of grammar quizzes, and and also there are text paragraphs describing all grammar points, and I luckily had a huge amount of time to cover more than half of the book, so I grab a great deal of knowledge regarding grammar, especially tenses, how to, and at the same time how to use passive voices, and that was a really interesting book, and I think I would be able to hand you over, is that correct, hand you over the book within 2 or 3 days if I have the same amount of free time, and really thankful for you for giving me that great book. You thought I cannot read and cannot understand. That's a joke, Chamra. That's a joke. Great, Prabhadaya. Great. Your next question. Hmm. Why do you want to speak English? Why do you want to speak English? That's a cool question. The most interesting question. Why do I want to speak English? I want to speak English to show that I am smarter. I can communicate in English smarter than anyone else in my family, in my village, and in my working place as well. At the same time, I would like to show my skills to other people that I am a good communicator, and I would like people to be seeing me, I don't know, is it correct, to be seeing me as a good communicator. And at the same time, I love speaking in English because this language is really interesting. When I am speaking, I feel some kind of comfort and mind soothing, and it's really interesting rather than speaking the same our mother tongue. That's quite obviously interesting speaking this language. Yes, Chamre. You are getting progress. That's so wonderful. The next question: how do you spend your free time? How do you spend your free time? Hmm? Ah, how do you spend your free time? That means, how do I spend my free time? I really enjoy if I have a lot of free time, at least 10 or 15 hours for a day. But unfortunately, I'm not having. Everybody, I think, they only have a limited amount of time, at least 1 hour or 2 hours to spend their free time. During that free time, I have seen some people smoke, some people get drinks, and I abstain from those, though I did them in the past. And during that time, during my leisure time, I would like to do swimming. I like to swim, and sometimes when I have more free time, I go I go jogging and I try to walk, and I would like to walk around my village. And whenever I find 4 days a holiday, I would like to visit to a wonderful areas where they are very close. That's too great. And the last question: how do you feel when you learn English? How do you feel when you learn English? Give me a wonderful answer. You are asking, how do I feel when I learn English? At the first stage, I was frustrated a lot because I tried a lot, but nothing happened. But trust me, when I gave it a go step by step, I felt that I am myself improving. I was improving myself, so I made a habit to speak in English, and that way I felt so comfortable when I am speaking in English. So yes, when learning English, it's difficult, but when you put that learning into practice, Chamria, you can enjoy the rest of your speaking sessions uh, very enjoyably. Trust me. And as this is the last question, I thank you a million for having me to do a conversation, to carry out a conversation with me. I'm so grateful, Chamra, and I'm thinking to having you in the future as well. Okay.